So yeah, this bike is pretty sweet. That's pretty much my review. Hey folks, welcome to our Scamp life. If you're new to our channel here, we are all about Scamp campers. In particular, our 2006 Scamp 16. We talk everything Scamp camper, small camper, fiberglass style camper, and kind of everything in between. And we also like to talk about things that kind of make camping that much easier. And hey, if you're liking what you see, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and click that bell so you get notifications when our next videos come out. Okay, so I promised a review of my e-bike, like an official review, because I kind of just did a quick video last fall, but let's face it, this bike is 3 years old. So this is going to kind of be my non-review review of my 2017 RadRover. So if you're looking for an e-bike and you want a full-out review, this probably isn't going to be the video for you. But I am going to let you guys know some of the pros and cons, because I've ridden this thing all winter long through snow, slush, rain, sunny weather, cold weather, and everything in between. So how this fits into our whole Scamp camping sort of channel deal is that this bike is just really nice to have at a campground. You can tootle around without using a lot of extra energy, I guess. You can hit the trails, whether they're paved or dirt or rock trails. I wouldn't take this thing off any major jumps, but overall it's held up pretty good, even on off-road trails. And the second reason, I guess, why I decided to put this thing on the channel is because I really enjoy this bike. If you haven't gathered that by now, I love this bike. I think this bike would be for anyone, whether you're camping or you're just wanting something to exercise with or just have some fun with. There are so many possibilities with this bike. So like I said, this is the non-review review of this bike. I'm going to start out by saying that this bike is super fun. That's my major pro with this bike. It is a little bit higher of a bike, and that can be one of the negatives. It's 26-inch tires, so you know, getting on and off of it for a shorter person or someone who doesn't really want to throw a leg up and over a bicycle, this particular model, this particular bike may not be for you. But I'm telling you, once you're up on that bike, oh my goodness, it is so much fun to ride. What else I love about this bike is that I can actually add stuff to it. I've put a basket, I've put little bags, saddle bags, whatever, on this bike so I can carry everything that I need to, whether I'm going to work or I just want to go somewhere and play. This thing can haul a bunch of extra weight. One of the downfalls with this bike, for me anyways, are the brakes. Yes, they're disc brakes, but they're not hydraulic disc brakes, and it's pretty expensive to install those on this bike, but I may do that someday. This bike will stop, but it's definitely not stopping on a dime. But even with somebody lighter than me, even they've mentioned that this thing doesn't have the same stopping power of other bikes that they've ridden. Now, like I said, this bike is super fun to ride. It's actually very, very easy to use. There's not much difference to it than riding a regular bike. You do have to push a couple extra buttons to turn the bike on, but you can ride it without any assist at all. And my choice for the pedal assist levels are really between 1 and 2. If I'm riding along with Sarah and Noah, they right now only have regular bikes. We're looking into getting them a rad bike of their own. For right now, following behind them, all I have to do is put it in pedal assist mode 1, which is basically negating the weight of the bike. I like to use pedal assist level number 2 when I'm in town riding on sidewalks. That way I don't get up to such a great speed, but yet I can still kind of cruise along with a little less effort. Pedal assist 3 I use when I'm going up some slight hills or maybe just want to get up to a faster speed. This bike overall will do between 20 to 25 miles an hour, which is not super fast. That's a complaint of some people, is that it doesn't have the quickest get up and go. It doesn't have the best top speed. But really, when you're riding a bike, if 25 miles an hour isn't fast enough for you, you might want to look at like a moped or a motorcycle. This thing is classified as a class 2 bicycle, so you can ride it on just about any trails. I haven't run into any trouble here in Minnesota riding it on some public trails and on the sides of the roads. And then there's pedal assist levels 4 and 5. I basically call these modes Superman mode. If I'm riding up a really big hill or riding through some muddy or really rough terrain, I might use modes 4 and 5 just to help assist my pedaling a little bit more and help me get through whatever I'm trying to get through. Keep in mind, each pedal assist mode is going to use a certain amount of power from your battery. That's how e-bikes work. They have an external battery that powers a motor somewhere on the bike. Mine happens to be a rear hub motor. So this just gives a little bit of extra assistance to the rear wheel as you pedal. But as you get to a higher number pedal assist mode, like for instance pedal assist mode 5, you're going to be using the full wattage of whatever your motor wattage is. Mine happens to be a 750 watt Bafang motor. So the higher the number, the shorter the distance you're going to be able to bike on one battery. When I stay in pedal assist mode 1 or 2, I can usually get 18 to 25 miles out of one ride with one battery. If I'm going up and down a lot of hills, switching into pedal assist modes 4 or 5, then I get less than that. And if I'm choosing to use the throttle, which is kind of fun every now and then, you eat that battery up very fast. Now, some of the components of this bike are name brand, but they may not be the top of the line in that name brand. Like I said, this bike is a 2017 and it's held up great for all of these years. When I bought the bike, the previous owner only had 109 miles on the bike, and I'm getting close now to about 300 miles. So really the advantage to this bike is being able to ride as effortlessly as you want to. So if you just want to have some fun cruising around, you can put it up in a higher pedal assist mode. If you really want to get a good workout, you can use this extra heavy bike with no pedal assist or in pedal assist 1. But either way, this bike is more customizable when it comes to the rider than I think any other traditional style bicycle out there would be. And that's why I really like this bike, because no matter where I am or what I'm doing, I can have a ton of fun and not have to use a whole bunch of energy to do it unless I really want to. Now, even in pedal assist 2 or 3, I'm still getting exercise. I still feel it in my legs. What is nice is that I can go longer distances. And that's really what I was looking for. I didn't want to just go a couple miles one way like I did on my old traditional mountain bike. I wanted to be able to go 5 or 10 miles one way. I wanted to be able to bike to the next town away and back and feel a little bit of a burn, but not be completely miserable. Rad Power Bikes do make other models that are step through or are smaller tire diameters so that shorter people can get up on them. So it's going to be easier for someone if you don't want to throw your leg up and over a bike. It's just going to be easier for you to get on and off. But really, this bike would fit just about anybody. I would say if you're 5'7", 5'6" maybe, or taller, you'd have no problem getting on and off this bike. The weight of this bike, it is a little bit heavy, and for some people that's a big deal. Most e-bikes are a little bit heavier, but this bike with the battery on it comes in at about 70 pounds. So getting this thing on and off a traditional bike rack is not going to be very easy, let alone that traditional bike rack probably isn't going to hold your bike. So you're going to have to go out and buy a special bike rack like I have here. And it works really, really well. Holds the bikes in securely, and it was pretty cheap. We'll see how this bike rack holds up on some longer distance travels, but I think it's going to do just fine. So there you have it, folks. That's my non-review review of my 2017 RadRover e-bike. So I'm not trying to claim that this is the best e-bike on the market. I'm not trying to sell anybody on this bike. I just want to let you guys know stuff that we use that makes camping that much more fun or that much more enjoyable. And that's why I want to do this video, because that's exactly what this bike does for me. Like I said, I absolutely love this thing. It's not a perfect bike, but for the money that you're gonna spend on a Rad Power bike over some of these other $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 bikes, it's definitely worth the money. Ask some questions in the comment section down below. We're here to help. That's what this channel is all about, really, is helping people out and helping you with camping. So guys, as always, until next time, God bless.